Giants. The Dodgers series or of the road trip, and Cody Bellinger 2 runs over 6 2/3 one road trip. Lamont Wade Jr. starting out there tonight. He's got it 1 away.
Him as well. Numbers going back to last year, like you mentioned.
On an 0-2 from Alex Wood. He swings and misses games this year. On an 0-1 from Wood. That hits the other way, beats the ship. That is strike 3. Then it's Lamont Wade in left. Dixon Machado, who's in the National League this year against Anderson. 1-0 pitch. Bellinger shades his eyes from the sun. Now 1-2 pitch. Got him.
How it should be.
Tonight, everybody gets a free jumbo jack. First, Freddie Freeman sizes it up. He's got room. Tyler Anderson, first pitch of the inning, and it's down for a base hit.
Alberto does not like.
He's home with a payoff. Good, too. He earns the walk. It's Gavin Lux at the plate. Those Juan Soto rumors were swirling. You can hear the reaction from Giants fans. Third. How Lux's name would get brought up. Popped into shallow center field. That is going to sink in. Alberto in to score.
They should have caught it, even though you saw Lamont Wade Jr. diving.
He drills one to right center field that Gonzalez is in the perfect spot to catch. Thompson in to score, and it's 2-0 pitch. Betts cracks one to right center field. Slater can't get it. Lux is in to score. Betts hangs on with a long 2 pitch. Fly ball right center field. Slater angling back. This will be deep enough to bring home the runner from third, and the Dodgers have scored 4 as Betts. It's for Brandon Bell. He'll step on the bag and end the inning. Well, that they're that close to a postseason.
But if there's a chance to take someone almost similar player, so Darren.
And quick pivot goes to second 1, but the high throw. 2-2 again. Sharp ground ball. 2. Himself in an 0-2 hole again with Diego Cartaya when it comes to that ground ball. Has eyes. Nice pick with a backhand. Here's Lux bouncing a ball to first. Belt will come home with it. The slide from Smith is under the tag, and it's 5-0. Slater and Gonzalez. It's Gonzalez.
Slater's been getting some tough.
Consider below the 5-game series. Win the seasons between these two teams. That's fastball to get down. Wade is in the process. 1 gone in the 3rd. Got it to second 1. Lux to first. They turn. High fly ball, center field. Slater's going back. It's gone. Mookie Betts to center field. Gonzalez, oh my goodness.
Prospects.
To third. VR goes to second 1. They turn. Brandon Bell sit the other way. High ball. Right side of the infield comes down. Betts cuts it off. That will. Belt stops at third on a base. So stays 6-0 as Luis.
To right. Mookie Betts coming in. He can't get it. Giants are on the board. A little jam shot for Luis Gonzalez. The Giants pops this one down the right field line. Fair ball. Flores scores, putting down the break. And instead, here comes Gonzalez, and he's going to score.
Bart hits a high drive, center field. Going back on it, Bellinger. Still going back. It is gone! Into the Giants bullpen.
This is there, and Wade is out number 2. Yeah. Austin Slater, 9th, 3rd, and Alberto will go the short way to 5-run 4th inning for the Giants. Machado and Alberto is out number 1. 2 out. He had 3 hits against the Rockies, but strike 3 call. 1927. Off of the bat of Brandon Bell. Bellinger to the score displayed in the window. Infield for Trey Turner. Under safe. And for whatever reason, these collections of feelings a day that he walked by that laundromat and saw opportunity came actually in a pretty cold temperatures. And so I'm going to have cushy setup, right? I don't need bit. The next week, doing it with a smile, doing it without saying a word about the.
It's that home run coming on the second pitch.
Mookie Betts is running, strike him out, throw him. One from Phillips to Bart, who shows balls and the bases are loaded. But a year ago, check swings. It back there. He's got it. 2 gone. Here he comes. He struck it.
Nobody scores.
Kinds of English on that thing as it spins the belt at first. The Stars all come in LA and the Dodgers together. It's on the ground to third. VR gets free. So a lot of the fans bought. It was so big that a lot of the seats you didn't even know what was going on, let alone learn about the game. He lets go of the pitch and the whole stadium roared B. In the game from VIN then. Back-to-back Ks for the last 20 games, which is third. Down Hanser Alberto because I knew that it good off of the bat of Lux and hit off the wall. Triple and he will. He just wouldn't stop. Barnes into left center field. That will get down and Lux is in to score. Barnes headed for second. The throw is Bellinger cracks one to the gap in right center field. Triple, double, triple, and it's 8-5. Betts down the line. That's a fair ball. 3 runs with 2 gone here in the 8th.
I think he wants to hit. He even has.
In right field, it's Gonzalez. Junior college baseball, but then injured. Center, Bellinger coming on. He's got it. There. Freddie Freeman waits on it to come down. Pitch to Brandon Bell. 22 years old, and cabbed the Shy Park. Remembered about that was how terrified he was. Seemingly reported back in the 1960s. Dixon, Hanser Alberto, 2 gone. 4th inning. Back to Price. That does it. The Dodgers win this one for VIN.
Clayton, it's a sad day for the entire organization with the losing of Vin Scully. When you think about his legacy, the relationship that you guys have, what kind of comes first to your mind?
He was the best there ever was. Yeah, I mean, I think just when you think about the Dodgers, you know, there's a lot of history here, and there's a lot of people that have come through, and it's just a storied franchise all the way around. But it almost starts with Vin, honestly. Like when you think about Vin, like he's right there with Jackie. Obviously, it's a different thing, but just as far as the history of our organization, Vin's been through it all, and just such a special man. I'm grateful and thankful I got to know him as well as I did, and I'm thankful that I got to be around for his retirement. I got to see that, got to be there for that, and just a tremendous life and legacy that he led, and thankful I got to know him.
He called your no-hitter. How will you forever cherish that moment?
Yeah, I mean, just the fact we were watching some stuff in there about all the people that he's called no-hitters, perfect games, World Series, all these things, and for me to be a very tiny, small part of that is really cool.
You kind of touched on it there, but how remarkable is that he calls, Sandy, he's called you, he's called basically everyone in between.
I mean, the track record and the length of his career is unbelievable, and his voice never changed. His voice never changed. It's time for Dodger baseball, the good evenings, all the stuff. It just will always resonate with me. It was a really special thing to be able to have him around, and we'll miss him for sure.
What can you share with us just about the relationship that you guys had?
VIN was great with everybody, and I'm thankful I got to be a part of that too. I got to know him as well as anybody, and the time that I was here, and just such a nice man, and never wanted to say a bad thing about you unless you had to, on the radar if you weren't doing good, and always put a positive spin on things, and I was thankful that I got to have a relationship with him for sure.
Justin, we know you all have received the news about Vin Scully this evening. What did Vin mean to you?
He was the Dodgers. Growing up in Southern California, it didn't matter where you were. If you heard that voice on the radio or on the TV, you knew, the Dodgers were playing. And obviously, I think a lot of heavy hearts in here tonight, hearing that news. But also very appreciative and grateful that I had the opportunity to come over here and play in this organization and get to know him and get to consider him a friend. And, it's just a tough night.
Is there a memory that sticks out to you right now as you think about him?
Yeah, the very first time I met him, I was actually with the Mets in town playing the Dodgers, and he came down into the visiting clubhouse to say hi and told me he was a fellow redhead and us redheads have to, stick together. And I thought it was crazy that, Vin Scully walked in the clubhouse to find me and say hi to me. And, that's something I definitely will never forget.
Well, just growing up in Southern California and him being able to narrate part of your career, what does that sort of mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, he is the best storyteller I think I'll ever meet in my life, and the way he could paint a picture, if you weren't watching the game, if you were listening on the radio, you felt like you were at the game when you heard his voice, and his recall, his memory, his stories that he told about so many players that he had seen was, it was remarkable. I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, and he's telling stories about guys who were playing 30-40 years ago. So he was just a very unique, special human that the game of baseball was very lucky to have.
Austin, we know that you've received the news about Vin Scully now. What did he mean to you personally as a player for this team and having a relationship with him?
Yeah, I got to know him a little bit towards the end of the end of his career. I think he was there for a couple of years when I was there in 15 and 16. But I grew up listening to Vin, and the way he called games, he just kind of made you feel at home, even in your living room. So super sad, and obviously he'll be missed. He's like my childhood growing up. Listening to him in baseball games is just the way he talked about baseball.
What does that mean to you, just that he's been able to narrate part of your own career?
Yeah, super special. I think he did my debut. I think my first hit. That's something I'll always remember. You got to meet him and talk to him a few times too, and just tell him how important he was to me, and how special he was in my childhood, in my family. Really, we all grew up listening to Dodger baseball and listening to the games he called.
Is there a memory that sticks out most from your childhood from his voice?
No, I feel like his voice was very warm. It felt very at home, and like I said, it was like almost part of our family.